Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell y'all something. You can tell a whole lot about how a man feels about a woman by one thing, how he greets her. Yeah, you ain't got to be no relationship expert, therapist, or psychic. Just watch the man when you walk in that room. When a man lights up at your presence, it's not by accident. That right there is one of the most overlooked signs of true affection. See, men don't always say everything they feel. We ain't wired like that. Some of us, we weren't raised to express love with big poetic speeches or long heart-to-hearts. But let me tell you what a man will do. His body gonna speak for him. His face, it betrays him every time. If a man's eyes brighten, his smile stretch wide, and he stands up straighter the second you walk into the room, baby, that's not something you can teach or fake. That's real emotion showing up before words ever do. You know how when a man's watching a game and his team scores, he jumps up without thinking? That's instinct. That's joy. That's unfiltered. That's how a man reacts when he sees a woman he's truly crazy about. His face says what his mouth might be too scared or too cool to admit. He don't even know he's doing it half the time. His mood changes, his energy spikes, and suddenly he's not tired anymore. That 9-to-5 stress, gone. That traffic he sat in, forgotten. Because now you're in the room and everything else fades into background noise. So don't underestimate that moment. Don't brush it off as coincidence, because men don't light up for everybody. That reaction is reserved. That's a VIP level response. When you become his favorite part of the day, you'll see it in how he receives you. That glow in his eyes ain't random, it's revelation. A man may not say you complete me, but if he greets you like you just made his day better, believe it. He's already telling you everything you need to know. His tone and energy say what his words won't. A man can say hey 1,000 different ways, but only one of them is meant just for you. That's the one you got to pay attention to. Because see, when a man is really into a woman, like head over heels thinking about you all day kind of into you, he can't hide it in his voice. You'll hear it before you ever see it. It's that extra lift in his tone, that playful stretch when he says your name, that bass drop when he leans in low just to greet you like nobody else in the room matters. That's not a script. That's not a pickup line. That's his feelings doing the talking. Some men, they ain't big on romance. They might not send roses, write poems, or do all that fairy tale stuff. But listen to how they say your name. Notice the warmth. That little spark in his voice when he sees you. That's the part of him he can't control. His homeboys might clown him, but he can't help it. He hears himself doing it too. But by the time he realizes how sweet he sounds, it's already out, because love doesn't whisper. It leaks through the laughs, the tone, the rhythm of how he says, "You good?" or "I missed you." That ain't just talk. That's care. Energy don't lie either. You walk in and suddenly he's alert, engaged, fully present. The man who was slouched in his chair or halfway through a game on his phone now looks like he's been waiting on you all day. That change in vibe, that rise in his spirit, that's emotional truth. Don't wait on a big confession or dramatic gesture. Just listen. His voice and his energy already gave you the answer. Men don't overthink what they don't care about. If he's intentional, he's invested. That's one of those quiet truths people overlook, because it's so simple. When a man doesn't care, you know. He's vague, he's late, he forgets things. You barely cross his mind unless it benefits him in some way. But when a man is into you, like really into you, he starts moving different. He starts thinking different. He don't just show up. He shows up on purpose. He starts putting energy into things you didn't even ask for. That greeting he gives you, that's one of the clearest examples. He's not just saying, hey, out of habit. He's choosing how he wants you to feel when you hear his voice. Men aren't wired to waste effort. They're built for efficiency. So when a man takes the time to greet you in a way that lifts your mood, grabs your attention, and sets a tone, trust and believe he planned that. That's not an accident. That means he's been thinking about how to approach you, how to impress you, how to make that moment stick. Even if he plays it cool, even if he acts like it's no big deal, he thought about that. That energy, that enthusiasm, that's not thrown together. That's deliberate. You might think it's small, just a what's up or a hey beautiful, but in his world, that's a gesture with meaning. It's intentional warmth. It's him saying, I saw you coming and I wanted to greet you right. He doesn't greet everybody like that. And he definitely doesn't think about greeting just anyone like that. But with you, he's paying attention to how he shows up. That alone tells you everything. If his greeting carries care, if his approach is thought out, then so is his interest. And that interest is real. A man's consistency in how he greets you tells you how he values you. See, the thing about consistency is it don't lie. Anybody can show out once. Anybody can be charming on a good day or sweet when they're in the mood. But it's the repeated behavior, that steady, reliable way he shows up for you that reveals what place you really hold in his life. When a man greets you with love, with intention, and with energy every single time, not just when he wants something, not just when he's bored, that's not just a habit. That's a reflection of how important you are to him. You walk in the room and he gives you that same spark every time. That ain't routine. That's reverence. That's a man who doesn't take you for granted. Because real value shows up in the everyday, not just in the special occasions or anniversary dinners, but in the daily, simple acts. Like how he lights up when he sees you, how he greets you like you're his favorite person on earth, even if he just saw you yesterday. That level of consistency is rare, and it's not random. Men put their energy where their heart is. And if he's always greeting you with warmth, if he makes time to speak to you in a way that makes you feel seen and special every time, that tells you what he's prioritizing. Because people don't forget what's important to them. They don't show up halfway for what they love. So if he's steady, if he greets you with that same joy and attention, whether he's had a good day or a bad one, whether it's morning or midnight, that's not just him being polite. That's him showing you, you matter to me. And I need you to feel that every time I see you. That kind of consistency means something. If his greeting makes you feel like the only woman in the world, believe what he's showing you. That kind of greeting where everything in his face, his tone, and his body language shifts the moment you appear, that's not just charm. That's emotional clarity. That's a man who has made up his mind. See, when a man is genuinely into you, he doesn't see you as one of many. He sees you as the one, and his greeting reflects that. He greets you with the kind of presence that shuts everything else out. He may not say it out loud, but the way he looks at you says, nobody else matters right now but you. You walk into the room and his mood shifts, his posture lifts, his voice warms, his eyes settle on you like he just found something he didn't know he was missing. That ain't casual. That's specific. That's him tuning in like a frequency only you carry. And the beautiful part, he might not even know why he does it. He just knows that seeing you does something to him. Makes him better, calmer, lighter, happier. That greeting becomes his way of saying, I see you. I'm glad you're here. I feel different because of you. It's not about being dramatic or loud either. Sometimes it's in the quiet moments, the way he softly says your name, the way he smiles when he sees you walk through the door, the way he makes eye contact like you're the only one worth focusing on. That greeting, that energy is not for everybody. That's reserved for someone who holds space in his heart, someone who's touched something deeper in him. So when a man greets you like that, when he consistently makes you feel like you are the center of his world just by the way he welcomes you, that's not a trick. That's not a lie. That's truth showing up in real time. That's what crazy about you looks like before he ever says a word. The power of a man's greeting reveals his heart. You don't need a man to pour out a 5-paragraph love letter or deliver some fairy tale speech to know how he feels. Just pay close attention to how he greets you. That first moment when you enter his space and he sees you, that's when his guard drops and his truth shows. His greeting is the rawest form of emotion because it happens before he can think about how to act. It's instinctual. A man can prepare what to say on a date. He can rehearse compliments or memorize a good joke. But that first reaction, that greeting, that's honest. That's his heart speaking before his mouth can catch up. If he greets you like you're ordinary, like you're just another face in the crowd, that tells you where you stand. You don't have to be angry about it. It just means you're not on his mind the way you should be if he was truly into you. But when a man greets you with light in his eyes, when his whole expression softens or brightens at the sight of you, that's not just manners, that's meaning. That's his emotions rising to the surface, unfiltered. That's a man whose heart recognizes you before his lips even move. Even the smallest gesture, a warm smile, a pause in what he was doing, a shift in how he stands, all of that says something. It says you matter. It says he's glad you're there. That greeting becomes a small moment of truth, repeated every time, and the more consistent it is, the louder it speaks. When he truly feels something for you, that hey becomes more than a word. It becomes a signal. It's not just how he says hello. It's how he's telling you without pressure or pretense, I feel something for you, and I don't even have to say it. I just showed it.